everyone, my name is Dagger, also known as Digi Andromeda, and today I will be doing something of a review for the new demo for Catechesis? We'll go with that one. With that, let's start with a bit of history. Catechesis was one of, if not the first of, Baroque Decay's first attempts at creating a video game. But while they had the drive and vision, they unfortunately realized they didn't have enough experience to tackle the giant monster the game had become. So with heavy hearts, they made the difficult decision to shelve the game and instead chose to focus on a smaller, new one. Using what they had learned, as well as the engine and some of the assets they had already created, they made Count Lucanor. Their small indie game was well received and gave them the confidence they needed to tackle a bigger project. While Catechesis was what got them noticed in the indie community, Yuppie Psycho was the game that put them in the spotlight. Building on the style and mechanics from Count Lucanor, Yuppie Psycho was an instant hit, which is still receiving love from creators and fans alike today. But most importantly is that now Baroque Decay has had a decade of experience and resources under their belt, and with the success of their last two games, they are ready to revisit their original idea, Catechesis. In Catechesis, you play as a, I quote, demon-possessed altar boy, as he tries to save his ailing grandfather. According to the Steam page, whenever our protagonist Daniel does a good deed during the day, a gateway to hell opens at night. Oof, so that's fun. Eesh. Of course, any game from Baroque Decay is never that simple, and we are sure to encounter many surprises in the main game. But for now, we'll focus on the demo. Story-wise, we are born as a worm, a gross worm who needs to find a blood host. And that's when we find Danny, our cute, adorable, and very good boy. Something happens when the worm, turned mosquito, bites the poor boy, and we now gain control of Danny. This first night is something of a mild acid trip for the poor kid as he begins to see strange things. After his bestie almost gets him in trouble, Danny passes out and experiences a nightmare? Flashback? Flash forward? Alternate dimension? He experiences something, which is where we learn about the fighting mechanic. Using the mouse or analog sticks, we aim and fire with the gun, dodge with the right bumper or space button, and stabby stab with the right trigger or middle mouse wheel? I can't remember the exact controls off the top of my head, but you are able to bind them, so all's well. And yes, I did play the demo with both sets of controls. First playthrough, I used keyboard, and as luck would have it, the very next day, a patch update for the demo. So I played it again with my PlayStation 5 controller. Gameplay-wise, the fighting mechanics were fun. I did have a difficult time with keyboard, but almost breezed through the game on controller. I will say the shoot and dodge mechanics on keyboard were surprisingly smooth, while a little more challenging on controller. And hilariously enough, the opposite was true for the stabby stab. Smooth on controller, and a bit more difficult on keyboard. But I'm also dyslexic with ADHD, so my brain has a bad habit of jumbling the controls in my brain and fingers when experiencing video game-induced panic. So take of that what you will. Thankfully, while the demo doesn't have any save spots, the game did save my progress, so even though I died, and I did die a lot using the keyboard controls, I didn't lose any story progress. However, enemies do respawn when you die. The actual save mechanic is not implemented in the demo, as I believe the demo ends right before it would be introduced, so I have no opinions on that yet, except thank you for saving my story progress. While learning how to fight, we play as Danny trying to escape from his father, as his father has been forcing him to train and train and train until he drops from exhaustion. And part of the training is actually shooting targets of little girls and babies. So yeah, Danny's not having any of that and wants out. We do a few puzzles here and there, kill a bunch of robots here and there, and eventually escape. But not before accidentally shooting our father in the face. Ooh. As this nightmare flashback thingy ends, we are shown that Danny is out cold in bed as his grandfather walks in to try to wake him up by picking up his bed and spinning it like a top.
You asked for it. Pressing catch technique, Massachusetts tornado.
No! Oh my god! What?
Love it.
Grandma, stop! I'm going to throw up!
You're going to throw up!
Secretly all night.
Hey, can you believe grandfather's muscle power at 300 years old? God,
300.
Holy sh... Yes, yes. To say this alcoholic grandpappy is spry would be an understatement. From this next scene here, we see the bond between Danny and his grandpa. Cute, honest, and most importantly, filled with love. The complete opposite of what we saw in that nightmare with his father. As Danny heads to school, it's important to note that Danny and his grandfather live in and operate a church for French religion. According to supplementary material, their family has owned this church for quite a few generations. Something tells me this might be kinda important to the overall plot. Just maybe. Kinda. At school, we get in trouble when poor Danny starts acid tripping again. Only this time he's much more awake and aware. But he's still the only one who can see the blue flame. What? Excuse me?
No, no.
Wait.
No. Demon stuff.
What? No? What's that light?
What?
Over your head. There's a blue flame? Can't you see it?
Excuse me?
Oh, that's not... Oh, no! Poor Danny gets in trouble for being disruptive, and we are given our first minigame, the studying minigame, where you match 3 and have to reach a certain amount of matches within the time limit, similar to Candy Crush, or I believe it's Bejeweled, the original one. It was very fun and very satisfying. Although I am partial to those games, and without being able to play more of it, I can't give too much of an opinion on it. So for now, fun, satisfying, I'm sold on it. After class, we learn that Danny's grandfather has fallen ill and is in critical condition at the hospital. When we get there, he's alive but has been put into an induced coma. At this point, one of the game's biggest mysteries is before us. How did this happen? The doctor partially blames too much alcohol, but this old man was essentially bench pressing our bed this morning. The doctor says they will do everything they can, but also lets Danny know his grandfather is, well, he's at the age where this kind of thing will inevitably happen. With those words, the doctor leaves, and Danny kneels down to pray to his god, Tubal. God Tubal, you who are in heaven and are all-powerful, I ask you to lay your hand on my grandfather. I know he hasn't been the best person. He has a bad temper sometimes, and he drinks a lot of wine. He's always been very good to me and has served you faithfully all these years from the church. That is why I want to ask you, humbly and with all my heart, to cure my grandfather of his serious illness.
Careful what you wish for. What if...
These are the same dialogue as the flame.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh.
That's... Oh dear.
So he got that from his friend, and now it's bestowed onto his grandfather.
So, his grandfather was, like, possessed when he was in the wine cellar.
I think that was more an illusion.
Maybe. Uh-oh.
Oh.
Daniel?
I believe this is another mechanic that will be explained in the full game eventually. After all, the Steam page and developers all make it very clear that Danny is trying to save his grandpa. After this, our bestie's family comes in and offers us to stay at their place, since the hospital has strict visitation hours, and they don't like the idea of Danny living on his own. Danny begrudgingly agrees, and says he'll go to their place after he gets his stuff from home. But as soon as he's ready to leave, the door to his grandpa's room opens, drawing him in. The room is empty save for the wine bottles and that strange mirror. With nothing else to do, we pick up the mirror. Ow! It pricked my hand!
Did more than that. Ah! No.
What is that thing? It's moving! Following the wiggly, creepy Crowley, we make our way down some not quite right stairs and into an underground cave system. Here we solve a puzzle and finally come full circle. This spot is where we started the game as a little mosquito at the beginning. And this is where we end the demo, with Danny coming face to face with a mysterious individual. And that's about everything the demo has to offer. I did exclude some story details as I would like more people to experience it themselves. But my overall thoughts are this. Solid story with enough hooks to fish up a whale. I said that really weird, but you get the idea. And very smooth gameplay mechanics with some action being easier on keyboard or controller. The main complaints my friends and I had while playing were already addressed in the patches, such as 3rd graders partying with wine. Turns out they were actually 9th graders. I'm wondering if this was a translation error brought on by the difference in culture, since Baroque Decay is based in Spain and France, and they have a different way of categorizing school grades compared to the US. Or it could be that someone accidentally hit the wrong number when translating. But regardless, that's really it for my review. Thank you for watching, and remember to check out both the game on Steam and Baroque Decay's YouTube channel for Devblogs. If you have any advice on how I can better improve my videos, please feel free to comment below. Or if there's something in the demo you think I missed or would like to hear my thoughts on. Thank you for watching as we wait to learn more about Danny and his connection to Tabal. And remember to be good little children and always do a good deed every single day.